All right, everyone. Now we're down to the last two tools. That's the Varsheet uploader and the bulk process. They work together. So this is a step one, step two. You basically upload the Varsheets, Varsheet uploader, and then you use those Varsheets to process all the pages for all the websites. Okay, that's the bulk process. That creates the pages for each website and puts them on each website. Okay, so how would that look? Well, here we have our base website. Our base website has a bunch of pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus some others, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? So there's 16 pages on the site. And if you scroll to the bottom, there was also a terms page on the site. So you could say 17, but it's really 16. Now, if you go into the sitemap, okay, here's what we have. We have a sitemap that's huge. It's 2,500 rows, right? These are geo-targeted keyword concepts that we came up with. Okay, so for instance, North Chicago, automatic garage door repair, dot, and that's the subdomain, dot, the main domain, dash garage door repair.net slash, okay, garage door repair free estimate. So take a look. It says garage door repair free estimate. That's the keyword. And then the location is North Chicago. So if I click, sure enough, garage door repair free estimate serving North Chicago, Illinois. And that's the thing, right? So we're coming in with this North Chicago garage door repair free estimate. Breakdown of everything. Anywhere we would want to talk about the city would be North Chicago in this case. It would be in the content, in the print. It could be pretty much anywhere that it fits. We could add subparagraphs underneath each of the images and put them in there. It's easy. We can do that, okay? It's not hard. All right, now having said that, okay, call us for service in North Chicago, and then the map is for North Chicago, okay, and it's a map and it's for North Chicago. Okay, I think you get the idea there. In North Chicago, repaired garage door issues, ASAP, so on and so forth. Okay, so now if you back up though, and you go to some other page, let's just go down here. Newbury garage doors, right? Emergency garage door replacement. Okay, and that's emergency garage door replacement serving Newbury, Massachusetts. Why do we want this? Why do we want all those pages? We're telling Google we want all those keywords, okay, that we want to show up for as many of those as Google will allow us to. So we're saying, hey, Google, here's our big buffet of web pages that are focused on each topic. So Google, that we do these things. We do them, okay? These are available, all right? And then Google sees where we fit, just algorithmically what we can fit for and fits us in. I got to make some basic wording changes to some of these. It's a piece of cake. I'll get that done. And then Google will start to decide where we're going to show. And now what's cool also about these things is that this is contained within that subdomain. So for instance, if I go read about this, it is still talking about Newbury. It's still talking about Newbury garage door choices and all the stuff there. The map is still for Newbury. All of this is for Newbury. Okay. Even when I click home, it stays right here in Newbury, Massachusetts. But where was I? Okay, if I go back to the sitemap and I choose some other area, let's say Roxbury Crossing, okay, overhead garage door repair, okay, overhead garage door repair serving Roxbury Crossing, Massachusetts, okay, I can do this nationwide for every geo-targeted keyword, all right, so I could go over to spring systems, okay, and it's Roxbury Crossing spring systems, okay, torsion springs, extension springs, calls for service, however it is that we want to say it. I'll probably take that out of here. I don't think that relates, but I will find a way to work the geo-targets into the paragraphs if they're not in there because it's easy, right? Now that we have our Excel file, we can just do all this down through the Excel file. Then we can absolutely put in a city token for every um, garage door spring system page. Okay, there you go. And this is that area, okay? All of this is exactly what it's supposed to be. There's Lower Roxbury right here. I guess this Roxbury Crossing is right here. Okay, so anyway, there you go, right? And that's how all of this works. And so all these phone numbers can be the same or different. All the cities and locations and keywords can be the same or different. Logos can be the same or different. Everything that makes that sitemap what it is, and think about the value of it. It is 2,500 individual mini websites, micro websites focused on their own thing, whatever we want them to be focused on. 2,500 of them times 16 pages, and you get 40,000 pages. Okay, these are 40,000 page websites, and we can improve upon them, change them. We have URL flexibility. We can use the different themes in the different areas, or for the different companies or the different cities, or just randomly, however we want to do it, just to create variation. Okay, so we can go as far or not as far as we want to go. We can keep it narrow and focused. We can keep it wide and open for Google to say, hey, wow, you have something I need for about everything. It's totally up to us, website by website. And we can do it automatically. We can create totally different URL structures, totally different themes per row, totally different keyword lists, totally different city lists. We can do anything. Okay, we can use different groups of content across all these sites. But the question is, how do you generate the 40,000 web pages like that? Right? Because so far we've not covered that, and that's exactly what the Varsheet's for. So all of you guys who understand what the Varsheet is for anyway, right? Then it's this simple. We have one Varsheet for each company, and since in our case, this case, each website is meant to be its own company. Okay, so 40,000 pages or not, we only want this website to be about that company. The phone number is going to be the same for all of it. The company name is going to be the same for all of it nationwide. Okay, so that's what we're doing with this particular stack of websites, right? We're going nationwide with each of the 100 websites. So it's one company, another, 100 nationwide companies. Okay, they each have their own phone number, their own company name. Okay, they each have their own 40,000 pages, right? And they don't have to all have 40,000. We can definitely control that. But what we're going to put up is totally up to us. But it's our job to create all these Varsheets. So let's start at the beginning. Step one is going to be what? We need to generate all the Varsheets. So we started by building up our one Varsheet. For all of you guys that have been around a while and you understand how this works, the whole Moji concept and what we've done with it, how we brought it to theme to HTML and incorporated it there and move forward with it, then you understand how this works. This is like spin tags. These are columns of spin tags. Some have particular system purposes, right? Theme is where you choose which theme you want to show row by row by row in the finished version of this file. This isn't it. This is the base model. Okay. So we have columns like city, and that's pretty deep. There are a lot of cities here, right? And then we repeat that for city B. We have our own reasons for doing it. Okay. Then we have keyword here, which we repeat for keyword B. Service, we repeat that. But then after that, just the rest of the variables, right? Title key, meta description key, pre-footer, header, and then pre-footer, paragraph, okay? And on and on and on and on and on. Now, what we want to do is use the Varsheet to create results, create lots of bulk files that we use to exactly make the sitemaps. How do we do it? Like this. First, we have to create one of these for every different company. We have 100 companies, so they're all going to have a copy of this file, but for their own company. So just to make the point, if I do a control find, I look for company name. I've got my 100 company names here, okay? All in one file. That's no good. That would mean if I'm using this to produce across on one website, then it's going to choose the different company names through the sitemap and the different phone numbers and so on, the different website titles or URLs. And I don't want it to do that, of course. I need each of these files to be about just one company. This one needs to be about that company, right? This information stays the same for all the websites. It's an SMS that feeds into a central location for all the websites. The emails behind the contact form, no one sees the email on the website. It's back behind. It's also the same. It's a forwarding email system. Okay. These things also stay the same. Nobody sees them. We don't really use them so much on the website except in the deepest details, basically at the back end. Okay. But we need to make sure that this front end stuff, website title, company name, phone number, stays to its own website. So we need one Varsheet for that company, another Varsheet for this company, another one for that. How do we do it? Very simple now. We go to, I think it's THA, bulk, we don't need that. We need to just duplicate our Varsheet, okay? And so it's going to look at our lists of columns, certain columns. It's going to look at this, look at that, and say, oh, you need 100. Okay, so it's going to automatically generate the right number. Okay, so here we go, Varsheet duplicator. What kind of a file do we want? Do you want a regular Varsheet or do we want to produce all those bulk global variable files? We want a regular Varsheet. It's faster and easier for us to just do it that way and let the system, let Varsheet installer do the bulk work. So I'm going to go regular Varsheet. Okay. And guess what? It's going to say, where do you want those to go? I'm going to say right there in that folder that I created called Varsheets. There's nothing in there right now. So go ahead and put them all in there. And guess what it's going to do? It's starting already. Processing 1, 3, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 100. All right, I'll go ahead and pause it for a minute. And then we'll come back and check it out. Oh, we could probably see it now. Yeah, Varsheets. Okay, see? So what do you think it's doing? Each of these is for each of the companies in our key, starting with the first company in the list, then the next company in the list, then the next company in the list, top down, right? So as long as our company name list matches our key, and that's why I say make all your company names like alphabetical so that you can just make sure you're being alphabetical all the time with all your lists for theme, color, and fonts, for images, for Varsheets. Just keep it all uniform so that everything matches, because this information is going to match the rest of it for the first website. That'll match the rest of it for the second website, and so on. So what we're going to do now is actually upload these things to Varsheet installer. Okay. So what do we have for Varsheet installer? Let me go ahead and just click it so you guys recognize it. Okay, that's this right here. I deleted all the old Varsheets so I could show you how this works. Okay, there is a button called delete all. Deletes all your list of Varsheets that you've used because you don't need them now. There's two buttons here. One is for uploading a single Varsheet. You just drag and drop it here and you give it a name. And we like to use our key, so we call it 1. It's just a simple way to do it, right? It's a simple way to type all the names. Just use numbers. 1, 2, 3, fast and easy. Okay. If we want to upload multiple Varsheets, hey, we just created 100. I don't want to do them one at a time. I don't want to submit this one, wait for it to process, and then hit the button to put in number 2, drag it, submit. Then when it's done, hit the button number 3, drag it, submit. Right? I just want to do it all at once. That's this, upload multiple Varsheets. Okay. So now we're just going to drag and drop. Okay. You ready? I'm going to highlight them all, Control A. I'm going to drag and drop. And it's already happening. Okay. It's getting them up. You can see by the bar, right? It's adding them all in. And then when it gets done, I need to wait. I'm actually waiting for a signal now. Like, oh yeah, no, I'm not. I'm wrong. I have to hit process now that they're all uploaded. Okay. They are 97, 98, 99, 100. Okay. Process. Now that I hit it, this whole page kind of freezes up and it's working on them. It's going through each of them, figuring out what's going on. And this will take a couple of minutes. I don't know anymore, 2, 3 minutes, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it and we're going to let it finish. When it gets finished, it's going to give us a bunch of green arrow check marks, right? So that we know it's clearly done. And that's how we know we can move on to the next step, which is the last And by the way, if you get these like page unresponsive, you can wait for it to become responsive or exit. Don't even hit anything. It will still work behind the scenes. So just ignore it. You can take off. You can go do other things, get some coffee. All right. So when it's done, the last thing we're going to do is the bulk process, right? By the way, normally when you get done with the bulk process, then you would turn around and hit the ping sitemaps, right? Again, the purpose of bulk processing is to create these massive sitemaps with all of the pages for all of the websites. So that's what we're doing right now. We are setting up a run that's going to produce 40,000 pages per website times 100 websites. So this is a 4 million page run, starting with that one Varsheet. By the way, is there any reason why we couldn't use 2 or 3 different models for the Varsheets, like different stacks of paragraphs, different sets of images, different sets of settings? No, we can mix and match all we want, okay? That's how we built this thing, so that it's uniform and we can work at it from anywhere because the rules are the same, okay? So that's the beauty of it all, is that it's all really well machined with these different systems operating so that we can use our Excel files for it. We can use things like the Varsheet installer. We can use the, well, the macros in Excel. We can use the panels themselves, right? In any combination to get huge jobs done efficiently, right? Like all at once. We're doing this now, and that's the idea, to create 4 million web pages now across 100 websites. Okay, I'm going to pause and let this thing finish. All right. By the way, before I go, if you were going to hit something because you just wanted it out of your way, hit wait, right? You do want to wait for the page to become responsive. You don't want to exit. You want to wait, right? So just so you know. Okay, so that part's done. It's all there. It's all greened out. There's nothing left to do. So if I were just to go back to Varsheet Uploader to see what it looks like now, just give it a bit, right? Like up here, this is still turning. So it's not done. It's waiting for varsheetinstaller.com. So just give it a bit. And that's going to show you the list with all the websites. And there is a point I want to make about that, okay? Because we're going to care. See these numbers, okay? We've been thinking about when we upload the information, it's going to ask, what is the Varsheet ID? Okay. Well, here's the thing. The Varsheet ID is not the same as the Varsheet, right? For instance, it's saying number 1, Varsheet ID, except that number 1 was attributed to Varsheet 16. Okay. Believe it or not. And this is just a date timestamp here. It's a date stamp, right? And the uploaded date, right? But the point is, our Varsheet number 16 from the list, that is this one here, number 16, okay, not number 1, number 16, 16-Varsheet is the first one, 16-Varsheet. Then comes 14, then 13, then 19, then 21. That's because unfortunately as it produces it, it does it in its own way, so it's not really in order. So what we have to do is create a really fast key of our own. Because when we go to process it, we want to make sure to get those numbers right. Here's an easy way to pull that off, okay? I'm just going to show you real quick, a simple way to pull that off, okay? Okay, I'm done. I don't have to save it because I don't really change anything. Not really. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to create, let me just create a text file, call it Varsheet, like VID, right? VIDs, okay? And I'm still a little rough on this around the edges, so hold on real quick. Let me make sure I get this right. Okay, now I'm going to basically highlight that stack of the 100, right? Down through 100. Okay, I'm going to highlight it. Okay, I'm going to paste it in here. Yeah, do you see that? That's nifty because I'm going to turn this into a CSV file in a minute and reorganize those things because I can sort by order. I can, if I make that column numerically ordered, it's going to ask, do you want me to expand the selection? Yes, please. So here's how I'm going to do that. The only case of an underscore happens to be right here, okay? But then this is also the number I want to work with, right? So I want all of these to turn into commas and all of these to turn into commas. So this becomes like column 1 followed by comma 2, or column 2 followed by column 3, right? And then the rest I'm not going to need, but I can deal with that later. So ready? Control C, Control H, Control V. Replace that with a comma in every case. Yep. And then underscore. Okay. Replace that with a comma. All right. Now the first comma I know I don't need, besides it's just a plain duplicate, right? No problem. So watch this. I'm going to save it. Rename to .csv instead of .txt. Open it. Crazy. There you have it. So I'm going to get rid of the first column. Okay. And then these other columns I don't need. Okay. That's it. Now I can sort this in order, can I? To get it numerically the right order, right? For each website. Because I need to match them up to my websites. This has to match my key. So I'm going to go data, A to Z. Yeah, expand the selection. Oh, it did it that way. I get it. Yeah, like I said, I'm a little rough with it. Let me try one more thing. I'm going to turn this dash Varsheet into, yeah, because it thinks that's a word, right? Don't save, don't need to. Okay, watch this. Edit. Okay, I'm going to turn this dash Varsheet into a comma Varsheet. Control C, Control H, Control V. Just to separate that, to make the numbering numbers. That's my goal, is that it recognizes that they're numbers and puts them in numerical order. Okay? So let's see if we got that. Okay? Because the rest of it will make plenty of sense. I just need to get the numbers in the right order. Delete. Okay. So I don't need both of these again. Delete. Okay, I just got to get these numbers sorted into this order, 1 through 100. Ready? Let me try. Data, A to Z. Go ahead and expand. There, now I got it. Okay. All right. So when it asks me for the Varsheet ID for each row, I know that for the first one, the first website I'm going to do, like 24-hour, right, garage door repair, it uses Varsheet 89. The next one down will use Varsheet 91. Get it? So that's a really, a basic way of getting that in the right order. I'm sure before long we're going to just have an update inside of Varsheet installer that'll naturally put that in the right order. That won't be hard to do. We just didn't get there yet. Right now it's just numbering separate like this because this is really kind of how it went with the uploads. All right. I'm going to bust off this recording, and the next one's going to be that final piece, right? It's the piece where we actually see how to produce all those 4 million web pages with this information. Okay, just about done with Varsheet installer training, if you can believe that. Congratulations for getting through all of it, by the way. If you've been going through all the playlists and getting the process down, right, then you're going to be able to handle it. If you don't understand the first part, right, how to do all the stuff that came before it, go back and watch that stuff. Because it's separate. We'll put up new videos for that. We've had videos for that for years. Most guys know how to do it all, who've been with us for a long time. For those of you who are new, you're going to be able to see real soon how all that stuff fits together. And then you'll realize that you have this incredible control. All right. Talk to you soon.